Please, ladies and gentlemen, can you welcome Professor Pat Utomi, who is the chairperson and leader of the National Consultative Front and the creator, supporter of 40 million man ballot movement. Please, a round of applause for Professor Pat Utomi. So therefore, all of our challenges, we must, of course, put them on the table so that we can be able to deal with them accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, before I hand over the mic to the prof, all of our work, all of the things that we are doing cannot and must not remain in this hall alone. I repeat, cannot and must not be reduced to this hall alone. The challenge is at the polling units. The challenge and the war is at the polling units. Like I said before, we have 76,846 polling units cut across the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We need every one of you to move to your wards. Database of two persons from each ward. That ward, those particular persons will be canvassers. When they canvass, our target is 150 at the minimum rate for every ward. When you do your maths completely, you will end up having 26,526,000 people voting for Peter Gregory Obi. And that number doubled what you have in 2019. So the work is not here. The work is in the field. So finally, it is important to let you know that along the three triangle of faith that I mentioned earlier, both the campaign organization group cannot do anything without the Labour Party. So every data that you generate, every funding that you generate, the bigger beneficiary and the one that can make use of those particular funding through your own, use it. Even when the neighbor gets it done, the fame go to the Labour Party. They are the only one that can upload the list of agents. They are the only one that can upload the list of candidates. They are the only one that can also be listened to by INEC. So they are the major engine room of this political. And today it is being led by Barrister Julius Aburi, and at the same time his secretary with the National Working Committee, Malam Farouk Umar. So in essence, what I'm asking you to do, yesterday Peter Obi unveiled free cards for every intending person to join the Labour Party. These cards from all the state chapters. So it's important that everyone will try to get that card and be distributed to all persons where if you generate funding, that is where the funding will be used for. Auditing, God bless you. Obediently, we stand. Obediently and usefully, we will work for you to work. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. I will be here only because I am caught in other meetings. But I want to commend you all for your commitment and your work. I want to say that this process does not happen. And so it's not going to be. You know, I was a great admirer of a certain passed away, called Clayton Christensen. And he was famous for always talking about nation building is about disrupting ways that are the Peter Obi movement has produced the first truly organic citizen commitment process in our history. What we have seen happen so far there's a metaphor that's called Tony's metaphor. It talks about the peasant that being so deep in water that even a ripple can drown him. Ripple can now drown us. And that has woken
in the young of Nigeria, that if they don't take their country over, they don't take their country back, there will be no Nigeria. And they recognize that they have to give anything it takes to take their country back. Other point is, whatever anybody says to you, these young people want their country back, constitute by far, far, far the majority of the people of Nigeria. So that anything short of an outcome of what they want is undemocratic. To make this work as well as it should work, the establishment has been rationalizing their rules in different ways. It's on Twitter, it's on social media. I go to the grassroots. Then they start marching on the street. They say, march. It's not fair. You are feeling and seeing the passion of the people. It's what those signals are. But we must now translate them to owning the voting and ensuring that the votes go the right way. What all support groups must be doing today, this is what the big tent really is about. We're dealing with a movement and not a political party. There are political parties, civil society organizations, and social movements in this effort to change Nigeria. And so the party, the Labour Party, is a very, very important part of it. But there are other parties in the big tent. There are other movements in the big tent. The point is that there is a national consensus that Nigeria will have to rise up again. And that consensus, the big tent, is tweaking to ensure now, to make this happen, we're going to, the strategy that we are adopting in the big tent is a strategy of complex redundancy. Complex redundancy means that there will be structures and structures and structures. And the term complex redundancy was first used by an American professor called Aaron Wildavsky to describe decision-making in the US Congress. Redundant levels and layers. So that when you go past this level, you are hit by another level. And the level at which the big tent is operating aims to get Nigerians to take over the polling booths of our country.
What we have traditionally called structures in Nigeria, which Utomi calls structures of criminality, are webs of people who are paid from money taken from the government's treasury as members of this political party or that, to use to rig elections when people who don't have enough agents get voted for. Our goal in this election is to convert literally every Nigerian citizen into a citizen agent. Okay? And we must all go and ensure that these citizen agents not only canvass votes in their neighborhoods, door to door. On election day, go and call out people to come and vote and ensure that those votes are counted and the votes transmitted instantly. electronically, as our electoral act says, to base. And all of us will know from the polling station who won the election. That's right. Wow. So all these support groups, all of you present here, are supposed to work in a way that is seamlessly coordinated, such that we will all bring about an outcome that gives Nigeria a demographic dividend for its youth to use to build a new country. The world needs a new Nigeria. Another part of the arrangement we're going to make in the next 24 hours, we'll be announcing a policy review and future view team. This is an evolution of what we used to call a shadow government. Announcing more than 60 Nigerians in this team, whose business will be to take on specific tasks, areas of government activity, whether it's defense, whether it's big. These people do not constitute a government in waiting. That's what has always caused the problem. When you talk about it, people say, it means some people have been positioned. Not at all. But they are ordinary, capable, competent Nigerians. And they'll be speaking about the issues every day. I can tell you that I was responsible for inside is supposed to be the roadmap, manifesto of the APC, a concept borrowed from the Brazilians out of the Bossa Familia system of distributable cash transfers. It has been abused currently. I can tell you that I heard in Abuja this weekend from senators who were calling me and saying that they want to go out and be handing out cash to people on the streets. No conditions clear, no outcomes. It's just a waste of the money of the Nigerian people to use politically. A person in this team will be challenging that. In the next week, a person responsible for power in this team will show you the kind of policies we should be implementing to have 30,000 megawatts in a few weeks. A person in this team will tell you how Nigeria's resources are being siphoned into where we are not generating revenues. Most of the oil is being stolen. Who and who may be responsible for these activities and how we must stop them as citizens. There must be consequence for everything. The Nigerian people need to take over their country. I thank you all.
May I just indulge you to just keep stand for a photograph, please, Dr. Tanko. Let's just Prof wait for a second, please. A photograph. Let them take a photograph while Prof is standing, please. Cameraman, please. They are taking it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prof. God bless you. A round of applause for Prof, please, as he exits.